Nixon, first trip to Europe as President of the United States. Goes to Europe for the first time as president to visit Bonn, Berlin, Rome, London, Paris, all the major capitals, to introduce himself. So we all go, and the Secretary, Secretary Rogers, and we were all set to go on this wonderful trip. Well, it was very, very busy. Well, there's a new White House staff, and they didn't care about the State Department. They didn't have to tell us anything. They're the White House staff. So they changed the president's schedule, and the secretary was supposed to be with him, but we never got the word. We didn't know what the president was doing, and so the secretary would, what are we doing now, Lou? Why are we going here or there? I said, well, the White House didn't tell us. And the secretary says, I never want to keep the president waiting. I said, yes, sir, Mr. Secretary. We'll never keep the president waiting. And so we had to keep our man inside the White House Situation Room so we could hear what the heck was going on. Claridge's, which is where royalty stays when it comes to London. The Claridge's is the most exquisite hotel in all of England. It's right in London. It's a beautiful hotel. They have crystal chandeliers in the hallways. So I'm on a midnight to 8. The secretary's right next door to the president, and the hallways are wide, and it's beautiful. I was very, very impressed. And being a junior agent, I was a midnight to 8, I'm getting off in a few minutes, and all of a sudden, the door opens, and out comes Ehrlichman, Haldeman, and Ziegler, the press secretary. The three men closest to Nixon were staying right there, and there were all rooms right next to one another at the end of the hall. So the Secretary of State, the President, and then Haldeman, Ehrlichman, and Ziegler. Ziegler was the press secretary, and he was very close to Nixon. We learned, the White House staff, if you put your shoes outside the door at a 5-star hotel in Europe, somebody polishes his shoes and puts them back by the morning. Ehrlichman comes out, and he's in his pajamas, and he picks up the shoes, and he holds them up. He says, these shoes aren't shined. And he goes over and he bangs on Haldeman's door, and he opens up, check your shoes. And he goes, these shoes aren't shined. And then bang, out comes Ziegler. He says, my shoes aren't shined. Get the manager up here. I thought, I got to see this. And it was about 10 minutes to 8 when I get off. Sure enough, they're standing there in their pajamas, and they have the London edition of the New York Times under their arm. That was put into their hotel room, but nobody's shining their shoes. So they're standing right in the center of the hallway, and I'm there at the side on my desk in front of the secretary's suite, and the manager comes up in white tails, just as sharp as could be, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And he walks right up, gentlemen, good morning. I understand there's some problem. May I be of assistance? And Ziegler says, yeah, what kind of a hotel are you running here? Look at this. And he says, look at our shoes. They're not even shined. What's going on here? None of our shoes are shined, as a matter of fact. And the manager looked at him and says, well, your shoes aren't shined because we have no valet service. And Ziegler says, what? You see that? I told you. And then the manager says, we don't have valet service because guests of Claridge's bring their own valets. Oh, they stuck their tail under their legs and they disappeared, man. I started laughing. I couldn't help it. Guests at Claridge's bring their own valets and shine their own shoes. That was the best story of all. I loved it because it was a zing back at the White House. I loved it, Oh.
This has been a DS Public Affairs Oral History with former Special Agent Lou Diener.